back to DROPM78, day 16, with the Dame of Fortune's Wheels Tarot and the Two of Batons. Hewson gives us sadness as the keyword here from Atea's keywords, and this card depicts a young lord sunk in gloomy thoughts, representing chagrin, melancholy, displeasure, mortification, disagreement, sourness, and affliction. Reversed, it may mean a surprise, an enchantment, marvel, and miracle, among other keywords. And the detail I picked out is really just the melodramatic pose. You know, this guy's he's like a floppy sad noodle, just barely being held up by this banister. And it reminds me of a scene in the film Howl's Moving Castle, an animated film where the main character Howl is this wizard, but he's very moody, and when things don't go his way, he tends to kind of act like this. In terms of my day, I had a bit of a case of the moody floppies, a bit of the I don't wannas in some administrative stuff that I needed to get done, and how that was conflicting with the creative project I really wanted to work on. So I definitely had a bit of a pout about that, but I got some stuff done anyway. And my discovery is twofold here. One is just generally about the twos. We've had the Two of Coins, which was about interruption, and now we have the Two of Batons about sadness. So the twos don't actually seem to be all that positive in this deck, which is kind of interesting. Weight tends to agree, even though his guy up here is standing a little more erect and a little more maybe somber and thoughtful. He gives basically all the same keywords as Hewson. So, and he refers to the, let's see, the malady and sadness of Alexander amidst the grandeur of the world's wealth. So I just happened to hear about this recently. Alexander the Great, actually, you know, he had built up this massive empire and this huge treasury of wealth, but then he got word that he was sick and dying, and he wasn't even going to be able to make it home to say goodbye to his mother before he died. And that really put into contrast his priorities and his sense of value and what he'd accomplished in his life. And so there's some famous quote I would have to look up that he says, you know, towards the end of his life. It's basically like, you know, let me go open-armed, because having all this wealth, carrying around all this wealth doesn't do me any good. So that's kind of interesting. And it does look at that dichotomy as well. All right. Have a good night. I'll see you tomorrow.